all sexy, all styles, all intricate details. Yes, nice, clean, love it. But then the next part, once that starts to fade, is to live a paced and purposeful life. This is Life Locks and Lessons with Living 10 minutes or less per hacerlo. Oy, yay! Let go of the retwist. Let go of the retwist, please, for your sake. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are talking about the retwist, how long it lasts, why it doesn't last, and why you just need to just let it go. I did a video about this on my Instagram and it got a really good response, a very positive response, and I think partially because either people agreed or they had just never heard it worded like that before, and it was just like, that makes sense. You're thinking, I just got a retwist last week, or I just got a retwist 2 weeks ago. They're frizzing out again, they're fluffing out again. Why isn't it staying? It's because it's not supposed to. If you really want the locking process to happen and to be successful, then your hair's going to expand, it's going to bulk out, and when the loose strands get caught, you know, that's how the locking process is like doing its thing. Shrinkage is still happening and forming that lock matrix to make sure your lock is in the perfect formation and it's maturing, etc. When your locks start to form, the further you go along your journey, whether you're months in or years in, that new growth, when it's then retwisted, I know some people retie, but I'm specifically talking about retwisting. It's almost like you are preparing for a new bud to form at the top, but you don't see it as buds anymore because it doesn't stand out amongst the rest of the body of your lock, which is more formed. Stop stressing. So I wanted to bring that topic here so that I can expand on it a little bit more, so that we can unpack it a little bit more, because it's a message that will set a lot of my locked kings and queens free. We put so much emphasis and pressure on ourselves to hold on to a retwist, not realizing that when it doesn't last, it means that things are happening. If you start to see unraveling, your locks start to frizz at the roots, if as you move further and further away from that most recent retwist date, things have changed, then that's a good thing. If you imagine holding on to a retwist, then your hair's not locking. It's actually not, because it doesn't come out of your head locked when you think about it. Your hair comes out as loose individual hair strands, and then what happens is they may veer off into different directions, and depending on how well you've trained your hair, or how far along your journey you are, or you know, your retwist method, or you know, the retwist schedule, then it's like those strands are being like assigned to individual locks. So obviously, as that process is occurring, growth, you are going to experience change with that retwist. The retwist is not going to hold itself together. And for those who are like, I want to hold on to the retwist, but I also want thick locks, how do you expect the hair to sit inside of that retwist if you don't stay open to movement and a bit of, you know, expansion? And with expansion means that it's not going to stay in those neat little coils at the top of your lock or the rest of the body of your starter locks. Like, things change on this journey. Accept it, be open to it, be all embracing of the things that are occurring on your head top. It's that simple. The reason why I also say this is because we want lock development. You are constantly learning the lesson to let go, and the way for you to grow and develop is to let things go. Allow things to occur the way they're supposed to. Allow yourself to flourish, go through changes, evolve. And so that requires noticing that something happens and then you move forward from that moment. It's like expecting to have your birthday every day. No, it's called birthday. You may celebrate it for a week or for a month or the entire year. Enjoy life, celebrate life. You don't have a birthday every day, do you? You have a birthday, and then you celebrate throughout that chapter of your life. So you have a retwist day, and then you celebrate all that is to come. You're grateful and appreciative of all that is happening right now in the present with your hair, with your locks. And so that's why I'm saying just let it go. Let it do what it's supposed to do. Manifest. Let the things that you've put in your mind that you want manifest. Allow it to happen. Set it free. You know, you've imagined these locks that you want, and yet you want to stagnate your growth. Why? Why would you do that? Honestly, that's it. That is the message. Let the retwist go. So whether it's like it starts to go after a week or after 2 weeks, or if you get to 3 weeks, good, because my last retwist was just over 3 weeks ago, and my hair's been looking like this for over a week. And that's because my hair loves water. I'm going to talk about this in another video, but it gets excited for water. I've got low to medium porosity hair, and that's something to consider when you're thinking about when you're spritzing your hair or keeping your hair moisturized using water or keeping it hydrated. But that's more internal. Hydration is internal and moisture is external. That's how I think of it, like drinking water versus putting water on topically. Once I start spritzing my locks, the coils be going off. But I love this because it gives my locks body, fullness. It shows that they're thickening in the way that I want them to. And when I say thickening, this is another video I gotta do a topic on, because this is another topic I gotta do a video on. The whole concept of wanting thick locks, how to get thick locks, like there's just so much more to it than delaying a retwist or combining locks. There's so much more to it. So I feel like that needs to be unpicked. I think that all comes from understanding and listening to your hair. So when you let go of the retwist, it's all linked. When you let go of the retwist, there's so much you get to experience from one retwist to the next. So whether you're retwisting every month, or you're retwisting every 6 weeks, or every 8 weeks, or every half year, like, you know, live, experience what's happening, and then listen to your hair. And when your hair's ready to be reset, then do that. I see it as the retwists are for you to live a speedy, soft life. You know, that's when you take all your pictures, your scalp is on show, and everything's fresh, neat, all sexy, all styles, all intricate details. Yes, nice, clean, love it. But then the next part, once that starts to fade, is to live a paced and purposeful life. You get what I mean? That's how I see it. That's what it is. And I'm not saying you don't continue to live that soft life. No, you continue to live it, but purposefully. You work on your goals, focus on your intentions. You listen and you learn. You listen and you learn. And that's how I know. Embrace the coils, Liv. The coils, my natural hair texture, my natural hair pattern, means that retwist ain't gonna last. My hair does not grow in a way for it to stay compact. It likes to be fluffy. It loves to be fluffy. My hair, can't speak for everyone's hair, but my hair likes to be fluffy. And I want full locks ahead of wanting long locks. I want healthy locks ahead of wanting long locks. So therefore, it's like, okay, the retwist doesn't last. One of the first lessons I learned on this lock journey, and I'm so grateful for it, because then it meant that when I started to see that fade and it started to unravel, I can let it go and be like, okay, that means whatever's gonna happen from this point onwards, from the time that I start to see the extra frizz around my roots and, you know, the neat separate sections for each of my locks is started to fade. I'm not saying you just full on embrace marrying unless you're planning to freeform or whatever. No, I'm just saying the neatness has gone. But I'm like, oh, okay, I've had my retwist time. Now it's time for me to watch my locks become more than what I imagined they could become. But yeah, if you want more real talk on locks and what lessons you can learn from them at every stage of the journey, in every phase of their growth and development, then just like, comment and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you don't want to miss anything, because I got a lot to talk about, clearly. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. It doesn't even get in shot, but if I go any lower, then I'm slouching, bad posture. And now you can't see my eyes at all. Look at this little coil. That's okay, baby. Let's just tuck you in, shall we? I'll take a nap. Okay. I have no juice content and then consumption. Ah, the texture is real. Earring needs to stop moving. I don't know how I feel about it. I hope it wasn't waffly. I'm gonna trust myself. Just gonna let it fly. But we'll see when I edit it. Start that again. Live lock lesson number 1. I wanted to finish at 11. It's just gone 11. This is just my best side. If you hear any sounds in the background, it's because there's construction going on. But there's also the washing machine on. Get things done regardless of what's going on around us. Yeah, let's get into this video. Over to YouTube.